All right, let's talk about the future. Specifically, the future of your job. You know, that thing you do to afford rent and the occasional life-affirming pint of ice cream you eat directly from the carton at 2 in the morning. For years, we've been told that the robots are coming. Well, guess what? They're here. And they are not just clunky metal arms in a car factory anymore. In fact, right now, there are over 3.5 million industrial robots installed in factories worldwide. That's a number that has more than doubled in the last decade. They are assembling your phones, welding your cars, and probably packing your Amazon orders with a level of soulless efficiency you can only dream of on a Monday morning. But it's not just factories. Oh no. Think about call centers. The last time you called your bank to argue about a mysterious charge, did you talk to a human named Brenda or a shockingly polite algorithm named BrendaBot 3000? The odds are increasing that it was the bot. Globally, the AI in customer service market is exploding, projected to handle a massive chunk of all interactions within the next few years. These systems can answer questions, process returns, and even mimic a sympathetic tone, which is frankly more than some humans can manage. So yes, the robots have arrived, and they've already taken over some of the most repetitive, predictable tasks in our economy, from the factory floor to the phone lines. This isn't some far-off sci-fi scenario. This is today, August 27th, 2025. Automation is a real, tangible force reshaping entire industries right under our noses. Look at warehousing. Companies are using fleets of autonomous mobile robots to zip around massive fulfillment centers, moving goods faster than any human could. It's a silent revolution happening in giant, windowless buildings you probably drive past every day. The goal is efficiency, speed, and cost reduction. And in many routine, physical, or data entry-based jobs, the machines are winning. They don't need coffee breaks, they don't call in sick, and they certainly don't complain about Brenda from accounting stealing their yogurt from the office fridge. Again. The scale of this is staggering. Some projections claim that by 2030, hundreds of millions of jobs globally could be displaced by automation. That sounds terrifying, and it should get your attention. It's easy to hear that and immediately picture a dystopian future where we're all unemployed and begging a shiny chrome toaster for bread. But here's the thing, that's only half the story. The narrative of robots are taking all the jobs is simple, it's scary, and it makes for a great headline, but it's also dangerously incomplete. The reality is far more complex, a little less terrifying, and a lot more interesting. So, given that robots are clearly taking over, it's time to panic, right? Time to start learning how to communicate exclusively in binary and pledge allegiance to our new robot overlords. Not so fast. There's a huge gap between what we think robots can do, thanks Hollywood, and what they can actually do. The biggest myth is that a single, all-powerful AI is coming to do everything. That's not how it works. We have narrow AI, which is incredibly good at one specific task, like playing chess or identifying pictures of cats on the internet. We do not have general AI, a machine with the common sense and adaptable intelligence of a human child, let alone a functioning adult. Let's be clear about their limitations. Robots today are, for the most part, shockingly clumsy and stupid when taken out of their highly controlled environments. A factory robot can weld a car door perfectly 10,000 times in a row. But ask that same robot to unload a dishwasher or, God forbid, fold a fitted sheet and it will descend into a state of existential crisis. They lack fine motor skills for unpredictable tasks. They have no real-world understanding or common sense. An AI can write a legal brief, but it doesn't understand justice. It can diagnose a disease from a scan, but it doesn't understand fear, hope, or the human condition. They are powerful tools, not conscious colleagues. Think of it this way. AI is great at optimization, but terrible at improvisation. It can analyze 1 million spreadsheets to find the most efficient shipping route, but it can't handle a sudden, unexpected roadblock and creatively reroute on the fly while also calming down an angry customer. It can't read the room in a tense negotiation. It can't tell when a colleague is having a bad day and needs a word of encouragement. These systems operate on data and patterns. They don't have beliefs, values, or a sense of purpose. They are essentially the world's most sophisticated parrots, masters of mimicry without a flicker of genuine understanding. So the idea of a robot replacing a CEO, a therapist, or a kindergarten teacher anytime soon is pure fantasy. Why? Because those jobs are messy, unpredictable, and deeply human. They require empathy, moral judgment, and the ability to navigate complex social dynamics. An AI can't inspire a team, it can't comfort a grieving family, and it certainly can't negotiate a peace treaty between two 5-year-olds fighting over the last blue crayon. Understanding what robots can't do is just as important as knowing what they can, and that right there is where our hope for the future of work truly lies. Now for a story. It's a classic tale of technological terror, the ATM. When automated teller machines first appeared in the 1970s, everyone predicted the end of the bank teller. It was obvious, right? A machine that dispenses cash 24/7 would surely make human tellers obsolete. The headlines were dire. The panic was real. People envisioned empty bank branches, haunted by the ghosts of tellers past. And yes, the number of tellers per branch did go down. But something unexpected happened. The total number of bank tellers in the United States actually increased for decades after the ATM was introduced. How is that possible? It's simple economics. ATMs made it cheaper to operate a bank branch. Because it was cheaper, banks opened more branches. They expanded into new neighborhoods, into supermarkets, everywhere. And while those new, smaller branches needed fewer people to just count cash, they still needed humans for other things. The role of the bank teller evolved. They went from being human cash dispensers to being relationship managers. They started helping customers with more complex products like loans, mortgages, and investment advice. They became the human face of the bank, focused on sales and customer service, tasks the machine couldn't do. This is a perfect example of what economists call labor reallocation. Automation didn't just destroy jobs, it changed them. It automated the routine, predictable parts of the job, counting cash. And in doing so, it made the human parts of the job, building relationships, solving complex problems, more important. The ATM took over the transactional tasks, freeing up humans to be, well, more human. This pattern has repeated itself throughout history, from the agricultural revolution to the industrial revolution. New technology displaces some jobs, but it also creates new demands, new industries, and entirely new job categories that no one could have predicted. Think about it. 100 years ago, there was no such thing as a social media manager, a drone operator, an app developer, or an AI ethicist. These jobs exist today precisely because of technological advancements. The rise of AI and automation will be no different. Yes, some jobs will disappear, but a whole host of new roles will emerge. We will need AI trainers, automation specialists, robot maintenance technicians, and people who can manage the collaboration between human and machine teams. The future isn't about a lack of jobs, it's about a shift in the type of jobs that will be available. For a long time, the deal was this. Robots would handle the manual labor, and humans would handle the thinking jobs. We were safe in our creative and strategic roles. We were the artists, the writers, the strategists, the thinkers. The machines could lift the boxes, but we would tell them where to put them. Well, I regret to inform you that AI has officially crashed that party. It has climbed out of the factory and into the corner office, the design studio, and even the therapist's chair. AI is now generating art, composing music, writing poetry, and drafting complex legal and business strategies. This is a whole new ballgame. We're seeing AI tools that can create stunningly realistic images from a simple text prompt. There are AI systems that can write entire articles, marketing copy, or even lines of computer code. In fields like drug discovery, AI can analyze massive datasets to identify potential new medicines far faster than any human research team. This isn't about replacing routine tasks anymore. This is AI stepping into roles that we always considered to be the exclusive domain of human intellect and creativity. It's analyzing emotional sentiment in customer feedback and even helping therapists by transcribing sessions and identifying patterns in a patient's speech. So, what does this mean for the creatives and the strategists? Does it mean the end of human art and ingenuity? Absolutely not. But it does mean the definition of these roles is changing. An AI can generate 1,000 marketing slogans in a second, but it can't understand a brand's soul. It can create a beautiful image, but it doesn't have a life story or a unique perspective to imbue that image with deeper meaning. It can identify a strategic opportunity in a dataset, but it can't rally a team with a compelling vision or make a gut decision based on experience and intuition. The role of the human is shifting from being the sole creator to being the curator, the conductor, and the critic. A graphic designer might use AI to generate a dozen initial concepts, but then uses their expert eye to choose the best one, refine it, and align it with the client's vision. A business strategist might use AI to analyze market data, but then uses their human wisdom to interpret that data in the context of the company's culture and long-term goals. AI becomes a powerful tool for brainstorming and execution, but the human provides the spark of intent, the taste, and the ultimate judgment. If you're not already using one, get ready to meet your new desk buddy, the AI co-pilot. Now, this isn't a robot that sits in the chair next to you and steals your pens. A co-pilot is actually an AI assistant integrated directly into the software you use every day, designed to work alongside you as a creative and productive partner. Think of it as, well, the ultimate intern, one that's incredibly fast, has access to nearly all of the world's information, and never needs to be told how to use the coffee machine. Its job is to handle the grunt work, freeing you up to focus on the bigger picture. For example, in the world of software development, co-pilots like GitHub Copilot suggest entire lines or even functions of code as a programmer types. It's like having an expert pair programmer available 24/7. This doesn't replace the developer, it actually supercharges them. The developer is still the architect, designing the overall structure and logic, but the co-pilot handles the tedious, repetitive syntax, catching errors and accelerating the whole process. Similarly, in the legal field, AI co-pilots can review thousands of pages of documents in just minutes, highlighting relevant clauses and precedents for a human lawyer to review. This saves hundreds of hours of painstaking work. This co-pilot model is spreading everywhere. Content creators are using AI assistants to draft blog posts, generate social media updates, and even create scripts. The human then edits, refines, and adds their unique voice and style. Designers are using AI co-pilots in tools like Adobe Photoshop to generate background elements or suggest color palettes, allowing them to experiment and iterate at lightning speed. And in medicine, a radiologist might use an AI co-pilot to pre-screen hundreds of medical images, flagging potential anomalies that the human expert can then focus their attention on, leading to faster and more accurate diagnoses. The key here is collaboration. The human is always in the driver's seat. The AI is the navigator, providing data, options, and suggestions. This partnership combines the raw computational power and pattern recognition abilities of the machine with the contextual understanding, critical thinking, and ethical judgment of the human. It's not a competition of human versus machine. It's a partnership. The goal isn't to replace the pilot. It's to give the pilot a smarter dashboard and a more capable navigation system so they can fly higher and farther than ever before. So, if AI co-pilots are handling the routine parts of our jobs, what's left for us? This brings us to the most important part of this whole discussion, your uniquely human skills. These are the abilities that are, for the foreseeable future, impossible for an AI to replicate. Think of them as your superpowers, and they are the 4 C's: creativity, critical thinking, complex problem-solving, and collaboration. These are not soft skills. In the age of AI, they are the new power skills, the core of what will make you valuable and irreplaceable in the workplace. First, creativity. This isn't just about painting a masterpiece. It's about connecting disparate ideas in new ways, imagining something that doesn't exist yet, and thinking outside the box. An AI can remix existing data into new forms, but it can't have a truly original aha moment. It can't invent a new genre of music or a revolutionary business model from a place of genuine inspiration. That spark of originality, that ability to ask what if, is a fundamentally human trait. It's the engine of all innovation and progress. Next is critical thinking. This is the ability to analyze information objectively, evaluate arguments, identify biases, and distinguish fact from fiction. In a world drowning in data and AI-generated content, this skill is more crucial than ever. An AI can give you an answer, but it can't tell you if the answer is wise, ethical, or based on flawed data. A critical thinker doesn't just accept the output, they question it. They ask, where did this data come from? What are the underlying assumptions here? Is this conclusion logical and fair? This skepticism and deep analysis is a human safeguard against automated nonsense. Finally, we have complex problem-solving and collaboration. Complex problems are messy, ill-defined, and have no easy answers, like climate change, social inequality, or launching a new product in a volatile market. They require navigating ambiguity and adapting to new information, and solving them almost always requires collaboration, working effectively with other people, communicating clearly, managing conflicts, and building consensus. AI can't do this. It can't read body language in a team meeting or inspire trust among colleagues. These deeply social interactive skills are the glue that holds any successful human enterprise together. Okay, so we've identified the 4 C's as our human superpowers. Fantastic. But knowing you have superpowers and knowing how to use them are 2 very different things. So how do you actually get better at this stuff? The answer is not a secret handshake or a magic potion. It's about a commitment to one simple, slightly annoying concept: lifelong learning. The idea that you finish school and your learning is done is now officially as outdated as a flip phone. To stay relevant, you have to keep learning, adapting, and growing forever. Let's get practical. How do you improve creativity? Start by getting curious. Read a book on a topic you know nothing about. Visit a museum. Learn to play an instrument badly. Try a new recipe. Creativity is fed by new inputs. For critical thinking, start questioning everything. When you read a news article, ask who wrote it and why. Look for the source data. Play devil's advocate with your own opinions. To boost your problem-solving skills, tackle a puzzle. Learn some basic coding. Volunteer for a project at work that is outside your comfort zone and has no clear instructions. And what about jobs where these skills are front and center? Think about roles that are built on human empathy. Therapists, social workers, hospice nurses, conflict mediators, and elementary school teachers. These jobs require such a deep well of emotional understanding and human connection that it's laughable to think an algorithm could do them. An AI can't hold a patient's hand and offer genuine comfort. It can't inspire a classroom of 7-year-olds. It can't understand the complex family dynamics behind a dispute. These are and will remain profoundly human jobs. Thankfully, you don't have to figure this all out on your own. Governments and organizations are waking up to this reality. Singapore, for example, has its Skills Future program, a national movement that gives citizens credits to spend on professional development courses throughout their lives. Online, platforms like Coursera, edX, and LinkedIn Learning offer thousands of courses and certifications in everything from data science and AI ethics to communication and leadership. You can literally learn the skills of the future from your couch, sometimes for free. The resources are there. The only thing required is your willingness to engage with them. Let's imagine the workplace of the near future. It's not a sterile, human-free zone run by a cold, calculating supercomputer. And it's not a Luddite rebellion where we've smashed all the computers. The most likely and most effective future is a hybrid one. A workplace where humans and AI work together as a powerful team, each amplifying the other's strengths. This is the human-in-the-loop model, and it's already producing incredible results. It's not about human versus machine, but human plus machine. Look at medical diagnostics. An AI can scan thousands of mammograms or retinal scans and flag potential signs of disease with incredible accuracy, often spotting things the human eye might miss. But it also produces false positives. The human radiologist then reviews the AI-flagged scans. They bring their deep medical knowledge, understanding of the patient's history, and professional judgment to make the final diagnosis. The result? A system that is more accurate than either the AI or the human working alone. This partnership saves lives. It's a perfect example of AI handling the data-intensive part and the human handling the high-stakes decision-making. This symbiotic relationship is showing up everywhere. In cybersecurity, AI systems monitor networks for suspicious activity all day, every day, something no human team could do. When the AI detects a potential threat, it alerts a human analyst. The analyst then investigates, using their experience and intuition to determine if it's a real attack or a false alarm, and then orchestrates the response. In finance, AI algorithms can analyze market trends to suggest investment strategies, but a human financial advisor must then discuss those options with a client, understanding their life goals, risk tolerance, and personal anxieties, things a spreadsheet will never grasp. The theme is consistent. The machine does the heavy lifting of computation, pattern recognition, and data processing. The human provides the oversight, the ethical judgment, the context, and the strategic direction. This frees up human workers from tedious, repetitive tasks and allows them to focus on the more engaging, creative, and strategic parts of their jobs. The AI acts as a tireless analyst and assistant, while the human acts as the wise leader and final decision-maker. This isn't a threat. It's the most powerful cognitive tool humanity has ever invented. So where do we go from here? We have this incredible world-changing technology, and we have a workforce that is understandably a little nervous. The key to navigating this transition successfully isn't just about learning new skills. It's about changing how we think about work itself. And three things are absolutely critical to making this work process: facilitation, reflection, and feedback. These aren't just corporate buzzwords. They are the essential tools for adapting to change. First, we need skilled process facilitation to guide our teams through this shift. We can't just drop new AI tools on people's desks and say, "Good luck." We need leaders who can create a safe space for people to learn, experiment, and even fail without fear. This means actively managing the human side of change. It means running workshops where teams can redesign their workflows to incorporate AI, figuring out which tasks to automate and which to augment. This requires open conversations about fears and anxieties. Reflection is the second piece. We need to build in time for individuals and teams to step back and ask, how is this new tool changing our work? What's working well? What's frustrating? How can we use this AI to not just be more efficient, but to do better, more meaningful work? Without deliberate reflection, we risk just automating old, inefficient processes instead of truly innovating. The final piece of the puzzle is feedback. We need to create robust feedback loops, not just between humans, but between humans and their AI tools. Developers need to hear from users about what the AI co-pilots are getting wrong. Teams need to give feedback to leaders about what support they need. This continuous cycle of trying something new, reflecting on the outcome, and providing feedback is how we will learn to dance with this new technology. It's how we will steer the development of AI to serve human values, ensuring that these tools empower us rather than diminish us. Ultimately, the future of work is not written in stone or in code. It will be shaped by the choices we make today. While AI will undoubtedly handle more and more tasks, it will never replace the core of what makes us human: our curiosity, our compassion, our creativity, and our ability to connect with one another. The future is not about being replaced by robots. It's about being liberated from robotic work. It's an opportunity to double down on our humanity. And that is a future worth being optimistic about. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go see if there are any online courses on how to reason with my smart fridge. For more resources on lifelong learning, please check out the Process Facilitation playlist in the channel.